Welcome to today's explainer. Okay, so today we are diving headfirst into a concept that is, honestly, a massive wake-up call. We're unpacking this powerful idea of becoming the architect of your own rescue. It's really about dismantling those comfortable little illusions that hold us back and completely shifting how we look at our daily goals and struggles. So let me ask you something right off the bat. Who exactly are you waiting for to change your life? Seriously, take a second and really think about that. So many of us spend years, sometimes literally decades, just stalled out. We're hoping for that perfect moment or a flawless mentor or some external savior to magically appear and just fix everything. It's like we're treating our lives like a movie, just sitting in the audience, waiting for the scene where the hero finally gets rescued. But, well, here's the harsh truth that we all eventually have to face. Nobody is coming to save you. The cavalry? Yeah, we aren't coming. It's a painful realization, for sure, and it hits every single one of us at some point. But, once you truly absorb this, it is a total game changer. It fundamentally shifts how you interact with the world because you finally realize that you are the absolute only one who can change your trajectory. Let's break down what this actually looks like in practice. We all have this habit of leaning on external forces to rescue us, right? Our friends, society, that endless midnight scroll of motivational videos, or just plain old sheer luck. But why won't they save you? Well, because everyone else is fighting their own intense battles. Think about it. How often has a friend's enthusiasm to say, start a new gym routine with you, just completely vanished the minute their own schedule got a little complicated? It's not malicious, it's just human nature. The hard truth is, emotional support from other people often only lasts right up until your problems become inconvenient for them. So we constantly find ourselves caught in this trap between fantasy and reality. The fantasy basically tells us to stay nice and safe in our bubble, waiting for that absolutely flawless opportunity to drop from the sky like a superhero. And let's be honest, it feels incredibly safe to just wait. But the reality? Life only rewards action, period. If you just sit in your driveway waiting for literally every single traffic light in the entire city to turn green before you put the car in drive, you're never gonna get anywhere. Now, what's kind of wild is that our brains actually love this fantasy of rescue. Psychologically speaking, it's this deep desire to believe someone else will just magically step in and fix the whole shebang. Why? Because doing so completely removes our own personal responsibility. It is so comforting to just outsource your success. But the danger here is huge. This mindset turns you into a completely passive spectator. You're basically just sitting in the audience eating popcorn while watching your own life pass you by. And that passive mindset, it very quickly triggers a really dangerous downward spiral. It starts innocently enough, right? Waiting just kind of becomes your default lifestyle. Then, this false sense of comfort sets in. But step three is where the silent damage really happens. Beneath that cozy comfort, every single delayed action is silently training your brain that fear is actually in the driver's seat. And finally, once fear is calling the shots, your potential just quietly decays. There's a brilliant quote from the source material that hits the nail on the head regarding this tragic trap. It goes, "They wait instead of acting, complain instead of improving, dream instead of changing." It is just so ridiculously easy to get stuck in that loop. Actually, think about it. Complaining and dreaming give you this weird illusion of progress because they burn mental energy. But really, they just keep you anchored to the exact same spot while the clock just keeps ticking away. Waking up to this is, well, it's painful, honestly, because it completely strips away all your little safety nets. But right here, this is the massive shift. Realizing you are on your own is actually your greatest power. This is the exact moment excuses totally lose their grip on you. When you know deep down that no one is coming, you stop demanding that other people deeply understand your specific struggles. You finally just grab the wheel and press the gas pedal yourself. If you look carefully at truly resilient people, you'll notice something. They were built during what the source material calls lonely phases. We're talking quiet self-building, profound self-respect, and just immense mental strength. And these traits, they are forged precisely during those times when nobody was helping them and absolutely nobody was guiding them. Total isolation basically forces you to rely on literally the only real resource you have left, yourself. Which brings us to a really foundational takeaway for this explainer. Struggle forces growth the very moment you stop escaping from it. True self-respect starts when you stop trying to numb the difficulty, stop trying to distract yourself, and just start taking absolute, complete responsibility.
That is when the struggle stops being this awful punishment and actually transforms into your own personal training ground.
So we really need to fundamentally redefine the word responsibility. It's not a heavy burden or a terrible chore or some giant guilt trip. Instead, think of it as the enduring force that keeps you moving forward even when your motivation totally evaporates, when your emotions are just an absolute mess, and honestly, when life feels profoundly unfair. Responsibility is basically the backup generator that keeps the lights on when absolutely everything else breaks down.
And understanding this contrast is absolutely crucial because we tend to get it backwards all the time. Motivation is like a spark, right? It's temporary, it's totally driven by a fleeting mood or maybe a really inspiring video you just watched, and it inevitably burns out. But responsibility, that's an enduring engine. It is persistent and actionable regardless of whether things feel fair or not. It is quite literally the deciding factor between those who actually transform their lives and those who just stay permanently trapped in their own excuses. Now, if your life feels super overwhelming right now, I want you to pay close attention to this dynamic. Endless thinking and analysis paralysis, they only breed anxiety and panic. But progress, even just the absolute tiniest physical action, creates confidence. Getting out of your own head and actually stepping into the physical world literally changes the chemical makeup of your day. Action is without a doubt the ultimate antidote to anxiety. Okay, now you might be sitting there thinking, this is a pretty bleak message, but realizing that nobody is building your future isn't a tragedy at all. It is actually the ultimate empowering freedom. It means the pen is still right there in your hand. You are not some secondary character just waiting to be written into someone else's script. You are the lead architect, and you have the complete unchecked authority to decide exactly what gets built tomorrow. Which leaves us with one final, pretty provocative question to chew on. What small action will you take today with the energy you already have? Don't go looking for more time or waiting for some magically better tomorrow. Ask yourself what you can do right now with exactly the resources you currently possess. Use this hard truth as your ultimate fuel. Go out and become the person who saves themselves. Because honestly, you already have absolutely everything you need to start.